Last week, the Wave 4 DLC of Mario Kart 8 dropped, and man, this one feels like it's been the best one yet. All these tracks are so fun and great that I thought, hey, why not rank them to try to find out which one truly is the best? Now I know I'm a little late to the party, but this isn't a simple tier list or a list of my favorite to worst tracks. Oh no. What I'm trying to do here is to rate and rank the tracks as subjectively as possible to see which are the best tracks of the fourth wave. I've created a set of parameters taking music, visuals, and what I'm calling the Mario Kart experience into consideration to rate every single track with some sort of consistency. For the music, I will ask if this song is a banger, does it add to the kart racing experience, does it use some compositionally impressive techniques, and how unique and original the piece is. For visuals, is it graphically appealing, how much detail is put into the tracks, and just the overall feel of the environment. And the Mario Kart experience, for this I'm taking into consideration how unique of a track it is, does it have multiple routes you can take, is there shortcuts you can take, any cool jumps you can make, how satisfying are clearing the obstacles that the track holds if there are any, and overall just what is the feel of the track. Visuals and music will be ranked on a 5-star scale, while the Mario Kart experience will be ranked on a 10-star scale, since I believe that weighs much more heavily than the former two. I will give my thoughts on each track starting with music, then visuals, and then finish off with the Mario Kart experience. At the end of it, I will rank them all from best to least best because come on, is there really a bad track in this wave? I will try to be as objective as possible, but at the end of the day, these are my thoughts and opinions. So if you believe that such and such track need to be lower or higher, please let me know. I want to see what your thoughts are on Wave 4. And if you enjoyed the video and want more Mario Kart content, drop a like. And if you like my stuff, then subscribe so you won't miss out on any of my uploads. Alright, let's get started with Amsterdam Drift. Amsterdam Drift does a great job starting off the Wave 4 DLC. The music that this track provides does a great job of evoking Dutch musical culture with a very animated accordion. But besides that, nothing too special about it, so a solid 3 out of 5 stars. Looking at it through a visual perspective, it suffers what most short tracks suffer in my opinion. The environment at times just feels too bland. We are put right in the middle of this town, but the assets used seem very repetitive that it seems like you're just circling around the same patch of buildings. I will say that I love the third lap where you drive along the colorful tulip fields, which is a staple landmark of the Netherlands. This was implemented so well that the fields alone bring it to a respectable 3 stars out of 5. Looking at the Mario Kart experience, it does have a lot of track variety since it is a tour track, and it also has a cool underwater segment. There are several grass patch shortcuts, but there isn't anything in the course that makes it stand out too much. Since it is the first track of the cup, I feel it does a great job starting it off, so that's why I give it 6 out of 10 stars in the Mario Kart experience for a total of 12 out of 10 stars. Next we have Riverside Park, which took me by surprise. I did not expect this track to be this great. The music, man, the music. The jazzy Barry sax ostinato that is played alongside the horn section complement each other so well. The groove they create is so catchy and just very fun. And it doesn't stop there. The inclusion of the Apache whistle gives it a great touch, but the best thing about this track is a small detail that is a Kuika sample thrown around. You know the whoop 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 whoop. You know that sound? What's so great about this is that it's a sound found in almost every keyboard ever made. It's such a common sample that usually goes untouched, but they made this track even greater just by its inclusion. The music is a 5 out of 5 stars. Visually, this track is also amazing, especially considering it was initially a GBA track. At the starting line, this track really tells you how great visually it's gonna be. The lighting from the sunset made me feel like I was actually a part of this jungle, and the dense trees seen throughout it don't allow you to see what is beyond, thus maintaining the illusion that a jungle is all that is around you. This track is so immersive that I have to give it a 5 out of 5 stars as well. Musically and visually speaking, this is where this track excels. However, the Mario Kart experience is where it falls a bit average. The track itself is very simple given the nature of a GBA track. However, there are some shortcuts to take throughout the grass patches. The walking patuis are great obstacles throughout the entirety of this track that are also carrying items that could potentially help you in the race. With that said, I give it a 5 out of 10 stars in the Mario Kart experience for a total of 15 out of 20 stars. Moving on to DK Summit, I will preface, but Just a fair warning, I played very little of this on the Wii, so it's a complete unbiased ranking of it. I know it's a big fan favorite, so please don't come at me with pitchforks and torches if I don't rank it as high as you would like. Just let me know your thoughts on how wrong I am in the comments. Just take it easy though. Now, this song has no nostalgic effect on me, but for some reason it just hit me. The chordal synths at the beginning along with the robotic 1, 2, 3, 4 really do well in setting up the main melody of the song, which the guitar nails. Then the high-pitched melodic synths give off that wintry vibe. This track is simple yet great at evoking the sense of racing down a snowy mountain. An easy 4 out of 5 stars. A little side note, after listening to it like 15 times, I realized why this song just felt so right to me. It's actually very similar to the OST of Snowboard Kids 64, which I played a lot of, and which now makes sense. Back to visuals. Looking at the visuals of the track, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. The racing down the snowy mountain looks great, especially with the half pipes enhancing the snowboarding theme of the track. The Donkey Kong statue also looks great as you're going down the slopes, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Compared to other wintry Wonderland tracks, I believe it just falls a little short, but again, it is a great track visually speaking, so 3 out of 5 stars. This track, however, does excel in the Mario Kart experience, as the half pipes that I mentioned earlier really allow you to take on this track in many different ways. A very simple approach, but very effective. There are also parts in which you can take risky jumps that will put you in the lead if pulled off correctly. The snowboarding Shy Guys are a great touch that also provide obstacles to race around. An overall great racing experience. I give it 8 out of 10 stars for a total of 15 out of 20 stars. And to end the Apple Cup, Yoshi's Island, which the music is easily a 5 out of 5. The original song itself is such a good song, now giving it the Mario Kart rendition and instrumentation, and this song is in race, pun intended, to be one of the best in the game. The visuals, like the music, are S tier as well, where even to begin with this, the amount of Yoshi characters found throughout the course is through the roof. To start off, we see Poochie taking a nap, followed by Shy Guys on stilts, and then these penguin things, which I didn't know what they were, but apparently they're called Huffin' Puffins, which now makes sense. And then you see Goonies flying around, and then far into the distance you can see a huge Nep Inuit waiting around in the ocean. All these characters make you feel completely immersed into what the world of Yoshi is. Plus the colors used to make this course make it feel so alive. The coins are also changed to Yoshi coins with their respective sound effects. So much attention to detail that this track is a much deserved 5 out of 5 stars. As for the Mario Kart experience, Yoshi's Island is a very straightforward track with lots of areas in which you can use a mushroom to take shortcuts. Towards the end of the track, there is a flying cloud with a question mark that when touched makes a separate path open that makes you drive to the finish line faster. This cloud can at times be difficult to grab, so when you do it, makes the shortcut all that better. This is a very unique track as it provides an experience that I feel no other track could provide, and just gives off that feel-good feeling that makes you want to play it over and over again. Few of these tracks have that feeling, that is why it gets 9 out of 10 stars, for a total of 19 out of 20 stars. We then move on to the Boomerang Cup and start off with Bangkok Rush, and to me the song is a bit lackluster. I love that there's a part of the song that includes a Shanai, but that only happens for about 5 seconds. I would have liked if it played a bigger role in the music to give it a more specific sound. For that, I have to give it 2 out of 5 stars. Visually, it looks fine. Again, it falls under the tour curse, so yes, I do like all the different building designs, but they seem to fall flat in either the colors that are used or in the lighting in general. 3 out of 5 stars. The Mario Kart experience is where this track picks up the slack. There's a lot of tight turns as well as the monorail shortcut you can take. It's a very narrow area that if done precisely, it can really give you an advantage. Being a tour track, it changes every lap, making it a new experience. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10 stars for a total of 11 out of 20 stars. Mario Circuit is a very simple but fun track. The music is a synthesized banger that bops. It doesn't add much to the course experience, but it slaps. So 3 out of 5 stars. Visually, it looks pretty good. It's a very simple track that has you race around Peach's castle, so you get to see it from a variety of angles. My favorite part is through the densely forested area. The change in color tones and lighting really makes it feel like a completely different track. A solid 3 out of 5 stars. Being a quote-unquote circuit track, it does fall victim to being a very simple track, so the Mario Kart experience takes a hit on this one. I was going to give it 4 stars, but it does have a couple of mushroom shortcuts and a cool shortcut that cuts right through the forest. It also has the addition of a giant wiggler walking through the track on the 3rd lap, which it kind of jump scared me the first time I played through it. It was a great surprise. So for it being a simple circuit track, it gets a respectable 5 out of 10 stars for a total of 11 out of 20 stars. We then have Waluigi Stadium. The music is at a very high tempo with the horns and saxophone creating a call and response that fits all too well. There is also the use of an augmented triad chord that uses a raised 7th of the scale, which gives it an unexpected jump in the melody, which is just a bunch of music theory mumbo jumbo that translate to "this is a great music track that fits very well with Waluigi Stadium." 4 out of 5 stars. Visually, the track looks very good. The openness of the track gives it that huge stadium look that the name implies. The dirt-filled track, along with the small details like the floating fireballs, the tires found throughout, and the wooden piranha plants really go a long way to make it feel like a real dirt racing stadium. 4 out of 5 stars. For the Mario Kart experience, Waluigi Stadium does a good job of incorporating a lot of small details that make a great track. A lot of tight turns, lots of dips, bumps, and jumps that give a lot of opportunity for jump boosts. Towards the end, there's also extra routes that can be accessed if you jump through the zero gravity ramp. The timing on the second one is a bit more difficult, but the time you could potentially save is worth it. 7 out of 10 stars for a total of 15 out of 20 stars. And to finish off, we have Singapore Speedway. Now, musically speaking, it is quite generic, but it does a great job of evoking the fast-paced nightlife that is seen throughout the course. This song is a straight banger and I love it, so 4 out of 5 stars. Now I know visually I give the tour tracks a rough time, but Singapore Speedway does things differently. Singapore Speedway does such a great job of giving you a very alive environment to race across. You start off racing down the streets of Singapore, then to get launched onto the pool rooftops of a hotel. You then glide down through some speed rings across a soccer field. This just feels so alive. Compared to other tour tracks, this one does stand out. All these attention to details and providing something new at every corner grants this track a 5 out of 5 stars. For the Mario Kart experience, there are a lot of jump boosts, boost pads, speed rings to use while gliding, and the moving walkway found in the last lap. There are so many options to go faster and faster. Being a tour track, it also benefits from the track changing from lap to lap, which just allows you to experience a whole new set of atmospheres. This whole track has a great feel to it, so I give it 7 out of 10 stars for a grand total of 16 out of 20 stars. And with that, we're finished with the Wave 4 DLC, so let's quickly rank all these tracks. At the bottom at 11 stars, we have both Bangkok Rush and Mario Circuit. Now, in the case of a tie like this one, I will go with the track that has the most stars in the Mario Kart experience, since like I mentioned earlier, that is a parameter that I believe weighs the most. And in this case, Bangkok Rush has a score of 6 and Mario Circuit had 5. So Mario Circuit is at 8th and Bangkok Rush at 7th. At 6, we have Amsterdam Drift with 12 stars, and at 15 stars, we have a tie between Riverside Park, Waluigi Stadium, and DK Summit. Riverside Park is at 5th since it has a score of 5 stars in the Mario Kart experience. Waluigi Stadium is in 4th since it had a score of 7 in the Mario Kart experience, and DK Summit is 3rd with a score of 8. Second, we have Singapore Speedway with 16 stars, and to no one's surprise, we have Yoshi's Island in 1st with 19 stars. And there you have it, the ranking and rating of all the tracks in the Wave 4 DLC of Mario Kart. To me, there were no bad tracks in this Wave 4, but there were definitely some that were better than others. But what do you think? Is this kind of in line with your list, or do you think some drastic changes need to be made? Although these videos do take quite a while to make, they're so fun and just trying to figure it out and discussing and getting feedback from people in my Discord. So I'm definitely looking forward to the next wave if it's gonna be as good as this one. Till next time guys, I'm Ace Monkey, have a great day and thanks for watching.